Well, thanks for logging on. I'm meteorologist Brandon Lashbrook with a check of the tropics for your Saturday evening. Of course, Thursday evening, Hurricane Helene made landfall in the Big Bend of Florida as a Category 4 storm, and it brought catastrophic storm surge to the coast of Florida and damage all the way inland as far north as Georgia, the Carolinas, into Virginia and Tennessee, where historic flooding took place in the Appalachians as well. And of course, our hearts goes out to all those communities affected by Helene. Now, even after Helene, we have Hurricane Isaac out in the Atlantic and Tropical Storm Joyce, so those names are off the list. And then following that will be Kirk and then Leslie as we continue through hurricane season. Of course, we are still in peak season at the end of September, heading toward October, where there is unfortunately another area to watch in the Western Caribbean. As of right now, there is no disturbance currently located in the Western Caribbean, but we are expecting an area of low pressure to develop by early this upcoming work week in the Western Caribbean over the next couple of days, and that will have a chance for some development as it moves generally to the northwest into the Gulf of Mexico, where we could see a tropical depression form by the later half or by midweek next week, and then moving into the Gulf of Mexico in the latter half of the week. But right now, of course, there is still plenty of uncertainty. Over the next 2 days, of course, there is no disturbance right now, so there's a 0% chance of development. But over the next week, next 7 days, there's a medium chance of development for some tropical development into the Gulf of Mexico. But again, there's still some high uncertainty on where exactly any system that would develop would take. Maybe it moves into the Gulf of Mexico and it kind of curves off into the north and northeast. That's a possibility. Maybe it moves off into the more western side of the Gulf of Mexico. That is a possibility as well. So again, we're still, 5 to 7 days out from anything moving into the Gulf of Mexico. So there's still going to be a lot of uncertainty right now. So of course, right now it's important to keep an eye on the forecast on a daily basis as we go into this new work week. So what we know now, though, is that tropical development is possible by the middle portion of this upcoming week in the Western Caribbean, possibly moving into the Gulf of Mexico as a tropical cyclone. But of course, right now it's way too early to know those specific details of any potential track or intensity of any storms you may be seeing on social media, individual model runs, but those are going to, of course, struggle until something actually develops there with the area of low pressure and the center of circulation, and of course those will flip-flop too until that low pressure actually develops too. So again, keep that in mind. But here in Louisiana right now, there's no immediate tropical threat. But however, all along the Gulf Coast, from Texas, here in Louisiana, all the way into Florida, we need to keep a close eye on this as we may see some impacts later on by a potential system, but it's too early to know where exactly that would be and what impacts those would be as well. So as of right now, all we can do is continue to monitor the forecast daily as we go into this upcoming work week, and of course, we will keep you up to date daily on the tropical forecast. But in the Atlantic, though, of course, like I said, it's still pretty active. We have Hurricane Isaac in the northern Atlantic, a Category 2 storm right now. But thankfully, it's over open waters, and it will weekend over cooler waters and high wind shear as it moves off into the north and northeast. And of course, that will remain over open waters. No issue to land will Isaac be. But to the south, though, well southeast of Bermuda and northeast of the Lesser Antilles Islands is Tropical Storm Joyce with winds at 45 miles per hour. But this will be weakening as well as it moves to the northeast, or northwest rather, and then to the north, weakening and then dissipating by midweek or so. And again, over open waters, no issue for any land areas will Tropical Storm Joyce be. But behind Joyce is a tropical wave, another area to watch for some development, has a high chance of development over the next 7 days. This is NWest 90L as it moves generally west to the northwest, and we may see a tropical depression form by midweek or so. But again, no immediate concerns would this be right now, but of course we'll keep an eye on it too as we go into this upcoming week. So right now, though, in regards to the Caribbean possible development, again, there's nothing there right now, but we'll keep a close eye on it daily, and you should monitor the forecast anywhere along the Gulf Coast, and keep an eye on the forecast here locally as well, and for your location to get some of those warnings and alerts and watches. You can download our free Be Our Proud app to keep up to date with the forecast. And of course, if anything does develop in the Caribbean or Gulf of Mexico, we will let you know, of course, on air and online at beourproud.com.